Arsenal are in the race to sign Premier League star as Bayern make new calls to win transfer race. Premier League leaders Arsenal have it all to play for in the second half of the season, with multiple competitions still up for grabs in what Gunners fans will hope to be a season to remember. Mikel Arteta has built a squad capable of challenging for major honors in recent years, and this has been viewed as the season where his side are now favorites to achieve their goal of winning the league title. Arsenal are also top of the Champions League table and face London rivals Chelsea in their Carabao Cup semi-final first leg on Wednesday night. The Gunners are not expected to be the most active of sides in the January transfer window, but may swoop if a major market opportunity becomes available. An update on one of their major transfer targets, Marc Guéhi, has emerged, with a bidding war set to ensue in 2026. Arsenal in the race for Marc Guéhi, no frontrunner. According to reports by Sky Sports, Arsenal are in the race to sign Guéhi as the belief emerges that it is the player's choice where he ends up. The race is said to be wide open at present, without a frontrunner or favorite to secure the signature of the Crystal Palace captain. This gives Arsenal as good a chance as any of signing the England international, despite the fact that star centre-back duo Gabriel and William Saliba have both recently signed new long-term deals at the Emirates. The Gunners have the best defensive record in the Premier League this season, conceding just 14 goals in 21 matches, while they have also finished with the least goals conceded in the division in each of the last 2 seasons. Guéhi could be seen as a top addition to this strong defensive unit. The player is weighing up his options before he makes a decision, with Manchester City the club who would like to sign him this month. They would need to make Crystal Palace an offer that is too good to turn down amidst defensive injuries at the Etihad. Liverpool had agreed a £35 million deal for Guéhi on summer transfer deadline day and are believed still to be firmly interested, though they are pushing to sign Guéhi as a free agent next summer. The player has been told exactly how he would fit in at Anfield and what the club's plans are for him. Palace manager Oliver Glasner recently admitted that Guéhi could leave this month. Bayern Munich make new calls for Guéhi transfer. Also hoping to secure Guéhi as a free agent upon the expiry of his contract are Bayern Munich, with the German champions the only club of the quartet who can speak to him now ahead of a summer move. If he wanted, he could sign a pre-contract agreement now to join Bayern on June 30th. Sky Sports Germany reporter Florian Plettenberg exclusively reports on X that Bayern Director of Sport Max Eberl has made new calls in recent days in a bid to sign Guéhi in 2026, in an attempt to convince him of a move to Bavaria in the summer. Eberl and Guéhi's agent previously met a few weeks ago, and Bayern are not giving up despite strong Premier League competition from Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. Plettenberg reaffirms that it is an open race for Guéhi, who has yet to decide where he would like to end up after he departs the Eagles. Arsenal make a decision on selling £50 million signing to Premier League rival. Everton are likely to be disappointed should they pursue a transfer move for Ben White in January, with Arsenal set to block the defender's exit. White cemented his place as an integral and trusted member of Mikel Arteta's starting 11 after completing a £50 million move from Brighton in July 2021, making 134 appearances in his first 3 years with the Gunners. But White has plummeted down the pecking order after missing a total of 27 games through injury last season, with Jurrien Timber continuing to go from strength to strength to make the right-back spot his own. Though White also provides strong cover at the heart of Arteta's defense, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, widely regarded to be among the finest centre-back partnerships in European football, are deemed undroppable when fit. To add to that, Christian Mosquera and Piero Hincapié have both enjoyed excellent starts since arriving at Arsenal last summer, further complicating White's pathway to regular first-team minutes. Reports at the weekend suggested Everton had been alerted to the situation and were eyeing a move for White, sensing a potential opening to solve their issue at right back.
Jared Branthwaite and Seamus Coleman are currently sidelined through injury, and the Toffees were said to be waiting in the wings and ready to pounce should a deal become available for White. However, according to Football.London, Arsenal have zero interest in sanctioning White's departure midway through the season, meaning Everton will have to focus their attentions on other targets, namely Genoa's Brooke Norton-Cuffy and Sevilla's Juanlu Sanchez. The runaway Premier League leaders are determined to lose any momentum in the second half of the campaign, and weakening or destabilizing their squad by losing White is simply not an option. It's claimed White remains a focal part of Mikel Arteta's plans, and there is every possibility the Englishman's playing time could increase, with games coming thick and fast. Arsenal's hierarchy will be expected to assess White's future with Arteta at the end of the season. Given White has not regressed since arriving at the Emirates 4.5 years ago, Arsenal would be reluctant to ask for significantly less than the $50 million they paid for the versatile defender. White's current contract runs through to June 2028 and includes the option of a 12-month extension. The former Brighton and Leeds man has made just 13 appearances in all games for Arsenal this season, with only 4 of those matches coming in the Premier League. On Sunday afternoon, White was handed a rare start as the Gunners came from behind against Portsmouth to secure their place in the 4th round of the FA Cup. "Personally, I'm very happy for him as a human being," Arteta said after White put in a fine performance against Brentford last month. "I think the rest of the team is the same, because he's a player who has always played for us, and sadly, because of the right reasons, he wasn't playing that much, because Jurriën was excellent and he was out for a while, and then he needed to earn his place. But his attitude has been so positive, so good. Then when you're ready and you're given the opportunity, you take it like he did today. So I'm very happy that we have him back in the best version of himself as well, and we're going to need him because he's a tremendous player. The first thing as a defender is he defends, and defends with that purpose and with that determination and efficiency. He's done that today. Then, if he can add the value that he can add with the ball through his passing, through his movement, and through the deliveries that he can put in with the quality that he has, so be it, and today I think he's done both very well." After Ben White, Everton are also looking at another Arsenal player in this month. Everton fans are hoping to see some activity soon, and it looks like David Moyes has eyes on another player from Arsenal. The Toffees have been quiet so far this month, with fans clamoring for new additions amid a poor start to the calendar year. Everton have just started to stutter in the Premier League and went out of the FA Cup at the weekend at the hands of Sunderland. Despite this poor week, Everton is still in a good position in the Premier League and with some decent additions could make a push for European football. Earlier this week, it was reported that Everton were interested in Ben White from Arsenal. Arsenal is said to have zero interest in offloading White, but there has been a claim that Everton are looking at one of his teammates. Everton linked with Ethan Nwaneri. It has been reported by journalist Ben Jacobs that Everton are looking at Arsenal youngster Ethan Nwaneri. The Hale End product has struggled for game time this season, with Arteta leaning on more experienced options as his side fight on 4 fronts. Speaking on the Highbury Squad channel, he said, "Fulham could be another option for Nwaneri as well. The only real thing putting Fulham off is they want to sign a permanent winger, and part of backing Marco Silva in trying to get him to finally sign a new deal is not bandages and stopgaps and back to square ones in the summer, even if the player has a really beneficial interest, and we know that Fulham and Arsenal have done a fair amount of business, but for them they ideally want permanence, because that's probably their only way of getting Marco Silva to finally sign the deal." Everton have taken a look as well. Sunderland are exploring someone on the right-hand side, but I think they'll be more a young squad player than a starter. Given Nwaneri only signed a new contract at Arsenal in August, any move for him this month would surely be a loan. What Mikel Arteta said about Nwaneri's game time recently. Nwaneri was handed a rare start for Arsenal at the weekend as they took on Portsmouth in the FA Cup. But the likelihood is that minutes will be difficult to come by if he stays put, given Arsenal has so much strength and depth. The summer arrivals of Ebereze Eze and Noni Madueke have not helped his cause. Arteta spoke briefly about Nwaneri after Arsenal's win over Portsmouth and confirmed that strong options have been the reason for Nwaneri's lack of game time. He said via Mirror he deserved that. Because of the strength of the squad and the players that are in the positions, he hasn't been able to play. Today he's done it, and I think he had some very good minutes.